Hello everybody and welcome back to the 1313 podcast. This is Jacob and today we'll be taking a look at none other than the Black Series Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. Initially out of the box you get the Dark Trooper himself, his blaster, a set of punching hands, and some flame effects, which can conveniently plug in to the bottom of the foot, which is really only useful if you have a Hasbro flight stand to pose the figure midair. Now let's get into the painting and sculpting on this figure. Starting with the head, the helmet on this figure looks absolutely ludicrous. It is such a good sculpt with the fine detailings that you can see in the breather area, as well as those notches that you could see on one of the little side pieces of the figure. The eyes are also painted on there pretty dang well. There's no really paint chipping or anything like that on the figure whatsoever. Until you get down here. The chest piece is made out of a soft rubber material, which is actually loose from the figure. This gives you nice range of motion when you go to pose the guy, but we'll get into that later. The abdomen on this figure also has some pretty great greebling effects, and as well as inside the thighs have some pretty good... pretty good tech. The back of the figure also looks really freaking good with more greebling and more detail. My only grievance of the figure would be the little joints that you see on the knees. Although the silver paint is alright, it does look like it would be pretty easy to chip, so be careful when you're posing this figure. And speaking of posability, it's alright. The head is on a ball joint, and the neck is a separate piece, so he can look down this far and up this far. Arm can move up this far, and the shoulder pads have a little pivot so they can get out of your way. Bicep crunch, swivel at the wrist. You can get down and up. Get a crunch at the torso, as well as a swivel. Not a lot of thigh action with this figure, because the legs can only bend up this much. But you get a swivel at the shin, as well as at the thigh. So swivel here and a swivel here. Toe can go up and down, and you can get a little bit of a pivot. Overall, I say this figure is absolutely fantastic. It looks great, feels great. Sometimes the joints can be a little loose, but then again, with Hasbro products, that's a model to model thing, so I wouldn't write it off here. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, make sure you stick around for tomorrow. We have another review coming out on another figure, which is not available in the US yet, and that will be brought to you by Jackson, all the way from Taiwan, so make sure that you check that out. At this point, you should probably know about our giveaways. At 500 subscribers, we are going to be giving away your choice of the Black Series Bad Batch Rex or the Black Series 212th Clone Battalion. Either one of these can be yours just by subscribing to the 1313 Podcast YouTube. Also, for those that support us on Patreon and our Gungan Boss tier, you are entered in next month on September 1st. We will be giving away the 13th Battalion Trooper, as seen on screen here. Also, be sure to join our Discord if you haven't already. We would really appreciate it. We have tons of fun in there all the time, and it's a great, nice, tight-knit Star Wars community, so you should probably join. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you all next time. Peace!